eventually you're gonna get us killed.
You're forgetting something.
We are the Sisters Brothers.
We're good at what we do.
Charlie!
You do realize that our father was struck raving mad, and we got his foul blood.
Our father drank, Charlie.
Touche.
Alright. So we just got out of the Sisters Brothers movie with Joaquin Phoenix, Jake Gyllenhaal, John C. Reilly, Riz Ahmed.
I think that's his name.
Great actor, by the way. We don't have our cameraman with us today, so I'm just holding the camera. Smoking a Romeo y Julieta Reserve cigar, almost done with it. Pretty great. But yeah, overall the movie was really good. It was probably one of the best films I've seen in 2018.
I would agree.
Would you agree?
Even best Western in the last 10 years.
Oh, honestly. For sure, yeah. Sure. But yeah, the cinematography was fantastic. I thought a lot of the scenes where they were riding on horseback were really well done. The settings were number one for me. It looked like they took these characters, or these actors that you're familiar with from the present day, and they dropped them in the Old West. Like, it felt very authentic. Like, everything was very gritty. Everything was very gritty. Even their teeth, like, they were real grubby. The girls in the brothel, like, weren't particularly attractive. Everything looked very authentic and very true to the era, which I thought was great. And it was gritty, man. Like, the action scenes were very intense. Everything about it was very raw, and it was a lot more intense than I anticipated, you know?
Absolutely. Like I said, it's cinematography. Honestly, there was one scene, like just the water scenes too. They're just like swimming together, mining for gold, because that's the premise of the movie. Well, do you want to give the premise of the movie?
Well, yeah. There's Riz Ahmed's character comes up with this formula, this chemical formula to reveal gold as it lies in a creek. So they like dump this formula in, and it's kind of this oil, honey, thick, you know, whatever you call it, like syrup sort of, that's like really toxic. And they dump it in the water, and it reveals for like a little amount of time where the gold is, so the miners can find it more easily. And Joaquin and John C. Reilly's characters are trying to catch this guy and get the formula from him and kill him. But anyway, yeah, great fucking movie. Like, really intense. And I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but there was definitely a sequence in there that, like, really shook me. Like, it was fucking...
very heavy.
Yeah, it was super heavy. Like, I was not anticipating it at all.
Say, when you leave the theater, you... I still have goosebumps over it. Like, it made my stomach turn a little bit.
Oh, yeah, it was definitely very hard-hitting, and kind of made you say, like, oh, fuck, like... I don't know if I want to watch that movie again anytime soon.
I rarely ever close my eyes during scenes.
Yeah, there was some
kind of had it.
There was some really, like, I apologize for the noise too. There's a shit ton of traffic out right now, but yeah, it was like super, super intense. Way more intense than I anticipated. But that being said, still one of the most beautiful westerns and intense westerns I've seen in years.
Yep. Favorite character, John C. Reilly.
100%, yeah.
For the love of God, I cannot remember his character's name.
He was a badass for sure. Yeah.
Very humble, sweet. There was a particular scene that me and him both enjoyed. Was him buying a toothbrush.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I love that scene, but I don't know why we love the scene. It's just different. Very different, because you don't ever see someone like in the cowboy days, I would say, like, what time period? It was like
1880s, something like that, yeah. But yeah, it was one thing that was cool about it, is 'cause, like, you looked at the characters and, like, their teeth looked all fucked up and brown and yellow, and, like, nobody was perfect, nobody was polished in the movie. It was very, very true to the time and how people probably would have looked.
Each of the brothers giving each other's haircuts, like, very shitty haircuts, but
absolutely, it felt real.
Yeah, real natural.
And everything, I even liked the lighting in the film. Like, I feel like they went into the brothels and, like, it was very dark and not inviting in any way, and it was probably, you know, how it would have looked back then. It's like, I know going to Tombstone, going in, like, the Birdcage Saloon and some of those old historic buildings, same kind of thing. It's like you had, like, you know, very limited lighting at that time. It's like they had, like, the old gas lamps and stuff like that, but everything was probably very dark and uninviting.
There was a very particular scene I enjoyed too, is when I guess Joaquin's character
is Charlie,
Joaquin Charlie's sisters. He was just it's like breaking the fourth wall. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, he literally was talking to us, what it seemed like, but most likely he was talking to them. But
yeah, I mean, they did a lot of things in this movie that I haven't seen done in other films. Yeah, this is a first-time director, right?
He's a French director. He's done other stuff I've never seen before.
Yeah, clearly we didn't do a lot of research on this before we did our review, but I can say, like, it was a pretty groundbreaking Western. Like, they did a good job. And even though there's a few scenes that are really, really freaking hard to watch, like, 100% worth it. Like, definitely go see it. Right now it's having a limited theatrical run, but yeah, it's super.
If you have time to do it.
Yeah, if you have time, go see it. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I know Halloween's out. But if you have time, just check this movie out too as well.
Yeah, The Sisters Brothers. But yeah, my favorite part, though, like I said, was like the whole set design. Everything looked so fantastic.
Real, like,
yeah,
everything. You were there.
You were there, yeah, definitely. Like I said, it was like Joaquin and Gyllenhaal and all those guys were transported to the Old West. Like that's how
I felt transported in there.
Absolutely, man. And there were some scenes that were just so like in your face. It's like there's a scene where they get to the ocean for the first time, and they come up over this hill, and there's like dead horses and doors and all this shit washed up on the beach, and they're like in awe of it because, you know, as far as you can tell, the characters have never seen the ocean before. And I think that was like one of the most beautiful scenes I've seen in a Western. Probably since I watched One-Eyed Jacks with Brando, because that's one of the few Westerns I can think of that also has the ocean in it.
I've never seen that.
Pretty great, man. It was the only film that Brando directed.
Huh.
Yeah, One-Eyed Jacks. But yeah, I mean, the biggest praise I can give for this film is the cinematography for sure, and the set design, and obviously the actors are fucking fantastic. I mean, that's what
every one of them.
Yeah, that's what.
I had no complaints. Like between everyone, like chemistry wise.
Yeah. The only reason I'd give it like a 4 out of 5 is just because there were a few scenes that kind of turned my stomach a little bit as far as how gruesome they were and how kind of shocking they were.
I think we needed that though.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's realism.
Yeah, definitely realistic for sure. It wasn't your clean John Wayne, no blood kind of Western. Like, it was pretty fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, the fight scenes were really well choreographed. The shootouts.
Yeah, gun shootouts and everything.
Yeah, man. Like
sparks flying out of the guns.
Oh yeah, the gun. I don't know what they used, but man, it like really sounded like there was fucking gunpowder going off and sparks, and like every time a bullet was shot, like you could like it like rattled your bones. You know, like, you're like, oh fuck. Like,
I mean, there's even a particular scene where Joaquin's like just sleeping, we'll say, and then you just hear the thunder.
Yeah, it's fucking terrifying. Yeah,
it just wakes him up.
Yeah. As far as, you know, I'm a pretty big fan of Western films, and this was definitely one of the better ones of our era. Probably, I would say, since I saw 3:10 to Yuma with Christian Bale, is definitely one of the better ones. But, yeah, if you guys get the opportunity, go see it for sure. Yeah, it was just a very hard-hitting, realistic, gritty fucking Western, for sure.
Go see Sisters Brothers.
All right. You're not gonna like what comes next.
Charlie. Peekaboo.